Hello everybody, hope you're all having a wonderful day. The title of this video is Twin Flames, using the mirror faithfully. Choose yourself, you are who you desire. And I made a video recently about mastering the mirror exercise. If you haven't seen it, I suggest you go and have a quick look, because you'll understand this video a lot better if you do. So this time period is about refining even more and becoming much more aware that there is an upset present in consciousness. Anything you feel about your person or anyone around the periphery of your union is the mirror. It's a mirror to you. So all you have to do is stay present with any feeling that comes up. It's not a time to shoot off somewhere else. Stay present. Faithfully look at the feeling that's there. If it's a misaligned feeling or belief, for example, that your good can be taken from you, don't rush the exercise. Please know that all of your good is yours. Really go deep in there. Love that part of yourself that thinks their good can be taken from them. And as you do so, know that you're really in the core, the territory that holds everything away, all the good that's dying to be received by you. You've done lots of work in other areas and it's really solid. And now it's time to go into the really yucky stuff, the forest of feelings right in there. The really heartbreaking, I don't want to go there type stuff. People in your reality are going to reflect everything. That's exactly what it's all about. It's the mirror. There's no waiting for your twin flames to change their mind. There's nothing going on over there. It's being held away by a feeling. It's just a feeling that's blocking you from your desire. You have the power here. There's nothing over there. You attain your harmonious twin flame union through using the mirror exercise faithfully. Sometimes we can go straight to the feeling and it's clear, but you want to root out all the little hidden nooks and crannies where there's an upset that got overlooked. And when you do find them, they can feel quite big and you wonder, how the bloody hell did that get overlooked? But that's okay. Choose yourself. Show up and love yourself in all these places where you couldn't quite before because you weren't sure what was real then. You use anyone that might be triggering you and mirror that upset onto yourself. Upsets may arise regarding being inauthentic, regarding not being good enough, and so on, and all this unpleasant stuff. These are blocks for pretty much everyone. We don't need to go digging to find the upset. We just use the mirror to guide us to our actual upset. If, for example, it's the one about not feeling good enough, you'll see it mirrored everywhere. It'll reflect there. Follow your divine guidance and don't be hard on yourself. In this way, we're using the mirror faithfully instead of trying to work out our core upsets or trying to go by an experience or a feeling. We're really using that mirror faithfully and saying we don't like this thing. It's uncomfortable. Of course, we want to look the other way and not go to that place, but that's exactly where we need to look. The mechanic is diving into the uncomfortable feeling. I talk about that in more detail in my video, The Mechanic of Harmonious Union. So you may want to refer to that as well if you're enjoying this one. And have masses and masses of compassion for yourself in this place. For all the times you were there having a bad time when all you had to do was love yourself. Remember, you're an eternal being. You have all the time you need. You're exiting suffering. You never have to go back there. Stay present with yourself. Let go of the illusion. Make a new choice in that space to bring love there. If you feel that your desires are out of reach, recognize that love was never and can never be taken from you, and separation isn't and never has been, never will be real. Choose the divine in this place. Your desire never left. Let yourself know that separation never happened. Your desires are one with you and you're one with the divine in your heart. All you need to do is choose yourself, choose your heart. It's the same as choosing your twin flame. You never have to do any more than that. If you're still experiencing little bits of doubt, just be present in that doubtful space. Know that all these low frequencies are a huge stream of stuff that's leaving. You can't be separate from your own heart. Choose your heart. Feel the love in your heart. Whenever you choose your heart, your love isn't in someone else. And when you choose your heart, you're choosing all of you. And naturally, your twin flame will come into your sphere. Neither you nor your twin flame have to do anything. It's not about getting a person. It's not about a person. It's just you choosing you. Are you out of reach to yourself? Do you feel an inner state of disconnection? Be super clear so we can truly see when we've healed something that's being mirrored. It stops showing up on the outside when it's here, healed completely. Well, the outside. I know the work can feel like it's never ending, the pulling weeds in the garden. It can feel like pulling weeds is all there is, but when we heal something, we're making the shift from fear to love. And we don't know how many pieces we need to work through and love fully. Yeah, the divine won't tell us how many pieces we've got left to work through. If you ask God, is this my last block? God's always going to say yes. Because you don't want to be discouraged. Just keep going. With every mirror exercise you do and complete, if you mirror faithfully, you can be in union and continue to work within your union. We're not trying to fix all of ourselves to have our union. We simply need to heal our feelings of separation from ourselves in order to continue. Divine counterparts at the moment are hiding strong emotions and feelings that are coming up for them. If you're moving through stuff like this yourself, your twin flame will be too at the same time. Even if they don't look quite the same, you might get a few clues. It will be the same at the core as well. They may be hiding because of these feelings, hiding the truth maybe, but they're just working through their own feelings, and all you can do that helps them is to actively work through your own feelings. Realise that in your life it will come out in a completely different way to how it will in their life, and that's okay. But they're gaining clarity in some way, or they'll be feeling strong emotions somewhere. What will help them get clear is you being clear, or we're still looking at them like they're some other person. It's really up to us to break the not good enough pattern. If you're someone's twin flame and they're having a not good enough pattern, if you happen to be the divine masculine who's embodying more of the ego, it can be the divine feminine as well. But you'll very, very strongly not feel good enough, and you'll make choices based on that in your life, which means you'll pick up with someone who represents good enough for you in some warped, distorted way for some reason, whether it's good enough for acquaintances that you hang out with, good enough for your immediate environment, easy in some way, trying to get the good enough from the outside, even if it's just partnering up or latching onto someone. If you're experiencing being on the other side of that pattern, look at the pattern. It's a pattern that involves perhaps creating an attachment out of fear of losing love, but one gets attached because they're really afraid of being alone, and so, or maybe the other end of the scale, deliberately not attaching in some way due to fear. It's the same fear, the same abandonment pattern, the same thing from two perspectives. It's okay to acknowledge one is just a pattern that's about avoiding a feeling that's not quite healed through your consciousness. The divine through your heart is going to guide you through that place. This is the core inner work. The reason people attach is I think they're getting missing needs met. Maybe security, stability, everything one is desiring. Recognise the pattern. It's not just about settling, but being settled for. Choose to never settle for anything in any area. Choose to stay present in the space where you thought you had to settle for less. Who is your ultimate lover? The divine. Bring the divine into this space. If we're not with the right person, then we're always going to be doing both, settling and being the one being settled for. It must always be both. If you're desiring mutual love, you find the mutual ultimate lover in the divine. So bring God into this place. Fulfill yourself right now. You're not anyone's second best. As Charles Bukowski said, and this is the divine's message for you, for me, you are my number one, and there isn't even a number two. This is what we're moving into. This is what the collective is healing into. If things keep getting mirrored, that's what we keep healing. That's what the hairbrush fake partner is about. Please know that your twin flame at this time is receiving clarity, vision, mastery, strengthening connection, their connection to source, because you're aware of that within yourself. There's closeness coming, there's intimacy, connection, authenticity. You'll be working together, you'll be partnering and exploring deeper and deeper together. Whether they're sitting next to you or not yet, it's already happening. You're coming home to source. Your twin flame will be showing up as their divine self. Things will be revealed. Trust your guidance. Take your focus away from your twin flame. It's you that you reveal, not somebody else. It's just you. It's up to you. When you realise it's about choosing yourself, you realise that there's no waiting, there's nothing to do other than to just be with yourself. You are who you desire. That's really all it is. It's much simpler. There's no waiting and there's no having to reveal this person. It's just you realising that you want to be with you. You're amazing. You're lovable because you are who you want. There isn't an elsewhere. There isn't an outside. There's no distance. There's no out of reach. There's no waiting. There's no waiting on awareness. You're only ever in conversation with the divine. And you'll see what you need mirrored. Sometimes it can be some pretty fucked up stuff. We'll see the stuff that we don't want to see about our consciousness. But that's where we want to be going. No more experiencing abandonment. Why would anybody want to leave themselves in a place of less than God? No more settling for less than God. No more allowing the pain to continue. If someone leaves themselves, they're settling for less than God. If you feel cheated out of God, out of love, and settled for less because you didn't think God or love itself was available, know that you can have it all. No more putting up with months of misery in exchange for a tiny little bit of happiness. How much love can we have in truth? You can have all of it. You never have to put up with any form of unhappiness or abuse from self or others. Let yourself be fully loved in this place. No doubt, as you and your twin flame are one being, you will both find similar things upsetting, but you can't generalise because you're both individuals. So we're focusing on letting go of the patterns, and that's how you find yourself. It's okay. If your twin flame happens to be deeper in the ego and can't see what you're seeing at the moment, there's nothing more than to shift into connection with yourself, using the mirror and running to those parts that are hurting and recognizing that choosing yourself is the way. And you'll have access to those places where you couldn't quite access before. All the feelings will be familiar, but you now have ways to deal with it that you might not have had before. That's why on the journey, it's not like we couldn't have done it before. It's just that we might not have been able to unlock these places in consciousness or didn't have the strength or the know-how to go in. All the support you need is available and it's safe to do so. The healing is becoming really enjoyable. When the next trigger comes up, I can just pounce on it like, gotcha! Like a little bit of dust floating in through the window when you're dusting. Ha! Gotcha! Yeah, the next key is refining, stepping into that place so that when your twin flame is present, we're not making any other choice but for ourselves. So keep choosing you. Okay, everybody, I'm going to end this message here. This is my 4th video today and I'm knackered. So I will bid you good day. I really hope you enjoyed it and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.